Hey everybody, welcome to another Good e-Reader comparison video. My name is Michael.
This is Peter.
Today we're going to check out the Google Nexus 7 second generation and the Kobo ARC. Both are running Android, although you can see with the ARC it's a bit different of an interface. It's using what's known as tapestries, and it's what Kobo has done very differently with the advent of the ARC. You can think of it as a very cool reading-centric way to organize folders. So you have your reading life statistics here about how long it's taking you to read. It'll give you various rewards and achievements. It'll also help you with a little bit of discovery with books that you've opened, books that you've purchased, and it'll present to you some different sort of books. You can see here that these folders, there's social, there's entertainment, there's reading. Depending on what you open, that will raise to the forefront here. So if I would have clicked on Twitter, it would have a Twitter button instead of a Facebook button here. It helps you open up and interact with the things that you open and interact with on a regular basis. Fairly cool. A lot of companies really don't do things like this, but it's very interesting to see. With the Nexus 7 second generation, it is a stock Android experience. This is running 4.3. This is running 4.1.1. There is quite a difference with the specs. The Nexus 7 has a resolution of 1920 by 1200, while the ARC has 1200 by 800. This is only a dual-core 1.5. This is a quad-core 1.5. This has 2 gigs versus 1 gig of RAM. Various storage options depending on what you want. I won't get into them all, but you will have lack of SD card on both units, so you won't be able to expand your memory. But these days, there's a lot of cloud options. Dropbox, Box, there's a ton of different options to offload your files to alternative servers.
So you can see here that this is what we're dealing with the home screens, and what we're going to do first is get into an ebook, and we'll access it through Kobo App on the Nexus and Kobo itself on the Kobo. So you see that we've moved a page here, so it's asking us to synchronize it to the latest page. Now we're on the exact same page on both devices. So this is what it looks like by default. See, the screens are situated in different places. Maybe for this we'll match them up here so you can get a good idea of what they look like. Page turns are obviously, with quad-core and dual-core processors, it's not really of significance. It's just they'll turn the page regardless. So let's do some text changes here to show you guys what we're dealing with. Now, unlike the Kindle versus the Kindle app, the Kobo and Kobo app almost look identical. You can see here that everything is in the exact same place. Single or double page spread on landscape. Everything changes live for the most part. Long press. Different colored highlights. Pinks and greens. We can also make notes. So the keyboards are pretty much identical as well. Hi. So, regardless of whether you're using the Kobo itself or a Kobo app, you're going to get pretty much the same experience on both.
Alright, so what's the deal with the Kobo app? Well, they have kind of cool things like Kobo Pulse. It'll tell you how many people are in the process of reading the book, have read the book, and it allows you to, you know, comments and concerns and things like that. I don't know if this book has like a lot of comments, but
looks like we got to sync with Facebook to really comment on anything, but you see here it shows you how many times the book is read, comments, likes and dislikes, and all that kind of stuff. Yeah,
so this is one of the things that are very unique to Kobo, but you could disable it if you want to. You could also check out, you know, what your orientation is, page transitions, lots of kind of cool settings here. And I can also make a post.
Once again, Facebook.
Yeah. In any case, so that's the primary e-reading experience. With Kobo, it's fairly social media centric, so even though that I use my Facebook account to actually log into Kobo, it's asking me yet again, because I'm not logged in through the Facebook official app, to actually leave comments. Yeah, so keep in mind that with Kobo, you're going to have to log in and log in many different times. Let's take a look at something a little bit more graphic intensive, such as a comic book. We've looked at the e-reading experience. I think it's time for a more visual experience.
So we're going to open up the same comic book on both. Give you guys a good look at how they use the screen, colors, sharpness, crispness, and so forth. This is the exact same comic on both using the same app, Comics by Comixology. Obviously, comics look better in portrait. Here's a good example of that. And you can pinch and zoom on both.
Or can you?
Yeah, just very sensitive on this one. So you can see that. And if you double tap, get into... Oh, we're double tapping. There we go. So we'll get to the same frame. There you go. Obviously, shots like this look better in landscape, but the majority of comic books, magazines, newspapers, everything's made to be really portrait, so that's why we're keeping it in this mode. And you can double tap to get out. And something you can't do with real comic books, browse pages. You can look for your page and quick jump to wherever you want to go.
Yeah, not too bad. We'll leave it in your guys' hands to decide which one you thought, looked better, performed better. We're just showing you how these look side by side. Now that we've taken a look at comics, I think it's time to continue our walk down the road of looking at graphic-centric items here, and we'll take a look at magazines.
Zinio seems to have a problem that when you have the app open and you access it again, as you can see in our previous videos, that has happened several times. So what we're going to do is open up the same book here, which is an art book. A magazine, sorry. Still a book, but this will give you a good indication on what the colors look like. And the resolution, of course, with complex images such as this.
Yeah, I mean, again, the Kobo ARC 1200 by 800, Nexus 7 2nd Gen 1920 by 1200.
Right.
So the same screen, but the Nexus is packing quite the wall up in terms of resolution. Do you guys really notice any differences here? Well, again, you guys be the judge. Drop a line in the comments box on this YouTube video if you're watching this video on our website or other websites. youtube.com/GoodyReader is the channel.
Leave a comment and we will get to you. If you guys have any requests as well about anything we film, you can always make a request and we'll get around to filming that if we fulfill your request.
All right, so this is the overall magazine experience. You saw page turns, color, and resolution. Let's finish off our reading experience with a newspaper. Again, people are often investing in tablets these days to keep abreast of the news in digital form. So
we're going to open up the same Vancouver Sun on both of these. And we'll go to the home page here. So this is the full page spread of what it's going to look like. Very unreadable, of course. You will have to pinch and zoom to get in there, but actually PressReader has thought of one step further. And what they have is, if you see these blue highlighted titles, if you click on any of those, you actually go into an article view. And what this is, it's almost transforming the page, which looks much like a PDF, into an ebook.
Yeah, with the ebook experience comes a little bit more flexibility in terms of changing the font altogether or changing the size of the font.
Everything changes live with a quick 1 second delay, so very seamless. Page turns work so that no matter where what article you started in, you will have access to the entire newspaper just by swiping through it. You can press and hold for things like support, oppose, listen with the robot voice, and you can actually go back to page view anytime you wish by clicking the page view or page at the top, and that will send you back to the full page spread if you want to, say, look at an ad, because remember, this is a full newspaper, and as you can see, Scotiabank, and you're getting the full newspaper experience, so ads, Sudokus, RBC adverts, everything.
Well said, Peter.
Thank you, Michael.
Let's take a look at audio and video. So we'll let you guys be the judge on which tablet performed better, both with audio and video. Again, you could leave a comment on our YouTube channel. Our final thoughts, there's a lot of similarities between these two. Kobo ARC, of course, the skinned experience, more e-reading centric. It's a little bit longer in the tooth than the Nexus 7 2nd Gen, which basically just came out a few weeks ago. So I would probably recommend, if you're looking for a low-cost investment and getting a cutting-edge tablet, take a look at the Nexus 7. It's not very expensive, right?
Yeah, depending on where you live, it can be anywhere between $220 to $260. So for the 16 gig, of course, 32 gig is a $20 or $30 more.
ARC about $199.
Right,
so.
right. I think, yeah, the ARC is real. It's got its pluses. It's a little bit heftier in build. It's thicker, longer. Thicker and heavier. Sorry, not longer. Front-facing speakers are a massive plus. You heard in that video, the sound quality was very good, because what better than to mix the audio and video experience in the same direction? And I think that all in all, they're pretty comparable devices. I mean, it's not all about what's on the spec sheet, because when you put it in a real world test, you really see where things shine and things fail. So I really think they both bring something good to the table. And remember, we're not trying to say this one sucks, this one's good, this one wins, this one loses. It's not about that. It's just showing you guys what the reading experience is on both of these. This is more catered towards e-readers. This is more multimedia. Make the decision based on this video. Hope this helped.
Yeah, again, for a comparison of the Google Nexus 7 2nd Generation versus the Kobo ARC, for GoodEReader.com, my name is Michael.
This is Peter.
Everybody take